Well, at the end of the day, what I saw in that little, what I saw when I was at the Gigafactory totally blew me away. There wasn't guys walking around machine guns and cowboy hats, but I will tell you that what I saw totally blew me away as far as what a robot can do. Yeah. And by the way, the other thing that I like about this robot, there's a lot of dangerous situations for warfighters. I'd rather see that. And by the way, I don't know if you're aware of it. That's what Leonardo da Vinci wanted. He wanted to make an armored robot that would fight the wars in Europe, so people didn't have to die. And that's a fact. I got a little video of what it would do, and he thought that success was right around the corner. Thing would just, it could stagger, walk, stop, swing a sword, stagger, walk, stop, and then you had to go and wind it up. I mean, woohoo! I mean, it's like it was crazy. But at the end of the day, he figured that he was gonna solve that problem. Now with this thing, yeah, the robot can see in back of its head, can sense what's going on around him. He can hear much better than a human can, see better than a human can, and probably think faster in those kinds of situations where some people freeze up under, in combat. This never will seize up, never.
Sandy Munro has made a very intriguing revelation about the Tesla bot, Optimus. The expert believes that this Tesla bot has the potential to be a game changer for the future of work and may even be a pioneering innovation.
Really, like I say, it's in a whole bunch. Doctors, or sorry, not doctors, but hospitals. I can see a use for them. Situations with bombs and things, all kinds of stuff.
Well, before we go to the public questions, I wanted to ask you along those lines, because as we know, Tesla makes things for public and they do things to mass produce.
Yeah.
So, like, I would imagine that DARPA would have loved to have the Cybertruck military-wise before it went out to the public, but now they have to buy them like everybody else. And I imagine like what you're saying is true with Optimus. Like the military would love to have a robot that could just take orders and do those things without having to lose soldiers. Like, I mean, this is just wild to even think that the Tesla's doing these things for the public, for people, and not for the military.
Well, at the end of the day, sooner or later, the military gets interested in anything that looks like it's going to work. Right now, I know that General Motors just got a contract to build some sort of a rugged replacement to the Hummer. Okay. What does that usually involve? Well, it usually involves thick Pendaflex and all kinds of other razzle-dazzle in the undercarriage, so that if it runs over a roadside bomb or something, then the people inside won't die. I'm looking at the Cybertruck being able to keep rounds from penetrating, and I'm wondering. I don't know what the body platform is. I'm assuming it's also going to be stainless because it's too hard to weld or anything. I think that there's a good amount of work that's already been done that either General Motors is probably going to try and copy, or that Tesla could go in and say, hey, we could put in a bid for that as well. There's, like I say, if it's the same old, go back and talk to the legacy guys. If you want something dramatically different, you're going to have to talk to a company that thinks differently. And that's not.
This video will explore why Sandy Munro believes that this is another innovation that will prove Tesla's leadership in the field of technology, as well as his prediction for the Tesla bot. So sit back, relax, and let's explore this interesting topic. Sandy Munro is a renowned automotive engineer and teardown expert. He recently shared his thoughts on Tesla's announcement of a humanoid robot called Tesla B Munro. Munro has been following Tesla's progress for years. He praised the company's bold vision and innovation in creating a robot that could potentially revolutionize the future of work.
Jumping back to Optimus, we actually have a quick question from our audience. What jobs can Optimus really do in the Tesla factory? I have serious doubts about it. I'm an automation engineer.
Okay, an automation engineer, they're going to be attacking the 3Ds, dirty, dangerous, and drudgery. And based on what I saw, and I am an automation engineer, I had several patents. Well, I didn't get them. The companies that I worked for got them. I was a chief engineer of Valiant Machine Tool, which is was a huge organization. It used to be family owned and whatnot. The family decided to get out. But anyways, and I was I was the lead for automation and automatic feed and also automatic testing for engine division. And then I got promoted out of there. But at the end of the day, I can tell you right now, what I saw would allow me to do anything that falls into 3Ds. And I think that in essence, I can see almost based on what I saw with that one video that he wouldn't give me. I can guarantee you that there's nothing on the assembly line that a man could do that this thing couldn't do. And that's no bullshit. And that comes straight from, like you talked about cogs and I don't know. Well, I do know this, it'll do anything if it's the same as what I saw.
Crazy.
Yeah.
One other question I have, how soon do you think, when do you think that Optimus would actually be on the Tesla car manufacturing line?
Who's asking these questions?
I'm thinking it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen this year.
Wow. Crazy predictions.
Well, it's going to be, I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, I saw what I saw.
No, not crazy.
It's well,
I think a lot sooner than probably most people would think.
well, yes.
Well, not if they're paying attention, right? Because if you look at
it doesn't have any
progress of the last 2 years of what they've done with the robot, you could see that they are leaps and bounds ahead of like most robotics. Like Sandy said, there's people that are great at hands, and there's people that are great at this, and people that are great at that. Well, somehow Tesla's just leapfrogging everybody with what they're doing in just the past 2 years.
Known for its cutting-edge electric cars, Tesla is also developing a humanoid robot named Optimus. Optimus is intended to be a general-purpose robot that can carry out tasks that are dangerous, monotonous, or boring for humans. It will utilize the same artificial intelligence, a system that Tesla is developing for its self-driving cars, and it will have an amiable and human-like appearance. For those who are interested in technology and artificial intelligence, TRUs could be just another exciting innovation. But for Tesla and its investors, this project has the potential to completely change the game. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Savvy Tesla. Looking into the future, there's still a significant amount of growth to be made in Tesla's robotic business, and Tesla has all the necessary pieces to make this happen. However, despite the potential of this business, skeptics have criticized the project, even though Musk claims that Tesla will be the largest company on the planet and that humanoid robots will define what an economy even means. Before we continue, if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay up to date on everything happening with Tesla following the rise in inflation and previous economic breakdowns. The way investors value company seems to be completely broken. However, the Tesla bot is not a project to be underestimated. Even Sandy Munro, who has a background in robotics and automation, says that he is impressed by Tesla's ambition and ability to leverage its existing technologies for a new product. According to him, the Tesla bot could have a huge impact on various industries and sectors and could create new opportunities and challenges for the workforce, as some jobs could be replaced or augmented by robots. In addition, Sandy Munro says he is excited to see the Tesla bot prototype and would love to take one apart to see how it operates.
When people talk about robots, let me rephrase that, up until Optimus, but anyways, when people talk to me about robots, I say they're they're blind, one-armed idiots. And that's what they are. They usually only got one arm, they can't see, and they pick things up and put things down. An idiot. That's what they are, blind, one-armed idiots. This is not a blind, one-armed idiot. Okay? This thing, I mean, you saw, I don't know whether the thing I saw was real or not, but there's a video out that people have sent me, and they asked me to comment on it. But there's so much that can be done with AI now that I can't tell fact from fiction. But a Cybertruck drives up, a robot gets out, and he's got a cowboy hat and a machine gun. I'm sure you've all seen this. Walks over, gives it to the other guy, puts on the hat, picks up the machine gun, blasts the sides out of another Cybertruck, and then another robot gets out and waves his hand.
As a general-purpose robot, Optimus is meant to help humans with a variety of tasks, particularly those that are hazardous, monotonous, or boring. So how does this work, and what technology is behind the test that Tesla purchased? Well, according to Tesla, Optimus will use the same artificial intelligence EP system that the company is developing for its self-driving cars. This AI system is made up of several components, including a special chip that can process large amounts of data and run deep neural networks. This system will include a robot control system that will regulate the robot's actuators and balance, ensuring its stability and safety. A computer vision system that can analyze images from multiple cameras and sensors and perform several tasks. A motion planning system that can plan and execute optimal trajectories for the robot's movement. And a human-machine interface that will enable the robot to interact with humans through speech, gestures, and facial expressions. Many of Tesla's recent successes indicate that the company is headed for more success. If these advances are carried out well, they might also lead to a future increase in the price of Tesla stock, which would improve the company's long-term outlook. It's no secret that Tesla's stock has been extremely volatile for some time, but Optimus is approaching, and if successful, has the potential to push the price of the shares to an extremely high level. Analysts and experts such as Sandy Munro are confident that this will be the move that brings the price of the shares back to its true value. And ideally, it will reach as high as $5,200 per share.
These teams are teamwork, real teamwork. Most other companies have silos of activities. So these guys do powertrain, these guys do the suspension, these guys do body, whatever. Okay, each one's got his own tower. Crossing between one tower to the next, that'll get you in a shitload of problems. I mean, I used to do, when I first came to Ford, I was doing that. And man, I had two jobs at one time with Ford. I was in product design and I was in manufacturing at the same time, mainly because we didn't have enough people at Ford at the time. So I worked on the Vulcan V6 from a design standpoint. And while I was working on that, I was doing the second thing, which was developing the assembly and test line at the same time. It actually made it so we could compress the amount of time to get the job done. But we also had a team, Team Taurus. And the team worked differently. A lot of folks, because Ford was going out of business in this early 90s or 80s, and they couldn't afford to have a whole bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing. And so consequently, what Ford did was they brought people from the manufacturing area in, and they were standing right next to the guys that were product designing the product. And so what happens is engineers want a massage to get perfect, and manufacturing guys say, let's just get the job done. And so what happens is in every program, it's time to shoot the engineer and get the production. At Tesla, this doesn't happen quite like that. It's more like this. These guys are all talking to each other all the time. And so consequently, if an engineer comes up with a good idea or thinks he's got a good idea, and then he takes it to manufacturing, and the manufacturing guy says, no, that don't work. And the engineer will say, why not? And he'll say, well, because of this, and this. We don't even have tools for that. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, let me give you a suggestion. And that's how things go. That's how things go at Tesla. It's amazing. Hey, I got an idea. Let's have a team instead of a bunch of little teams that fight with each other all the time. It's so obvious, but it's so different. And quite frankly, there's a need for everything. There's a need for finance people. There's a need for HR people, but you don't need too many.
One thing investors in Tesla should be aware of is that the company is not a total novice when it comes to robotics. In fact, since its founding, it has been developing and utilizing robots in its manufacturing processes. For this reason, If you're still unsure of the company's robot capabilities, now might be the ideal time to start investing in Tesla. The thing is, after Tesla unveiled a humanoid robot prototype last year, Elon Musk predicted that the automaker would be able to produce millions of robots and sell them for under $20,000, which was less than a third of the price of a Model I at the time. It's successful. Part of the revenue made from selling Tesla robots can be used for redefining the robot's quality and increasing production as AI technology advances and new ideas arise. How will the robot affect Tesla's stock price? Suppose that by 2030, Tesla produces a fleet of 1 million robot taxis, each of which generates $50,000 in gross profit for Tesla. Additionally, suppose that there are 1 million private robot taxis, each of which generates up to $15,000 in gross profit for Tesla. This amounts to a total gross profit from the sale of robot taxis of $65 billion. But Tesla sells 1 million robots and is only able to sell 12 million vehicles at a profit of $10,000 per vehicle. With a P ratio of 25, its market cap will be approaching $6 trillion. And with 3.5 billion shares available, Tesla's share price could reach $1,600 by 2030. From a more intriguing and optimistic standpoint, if Tesla makes a total gross profit from both Tesla-owned and private robot taxis, gross energy storage profit of 450 billion, 20 million robots sold for $1 trillion in gross profit, resulting in a total gross profit of $2.65 trillion, of which 2/3 was net profit at a P ratio of 50. With a market capitalization of $88 trillion, Tesla's share price on the stock market, assuming 3 billion shares are available, will be set at $29,000 per share. Granted, 2030 is still a few years away, but this is a highly plausible scenario and price target. Many investors are failing to consider the potential worth of the Tesla bot, which has the potential to skyrocket in value if Tesla shows its actual earning potential. The company's valuation may soon reach previously unimaginable heights due to the potential earnings from Optimus as well as the exponential growth potential of Tesla and its other businesses.
If you look at the body of the original Model 3, yikes, okay? And then you look at the Model Y, and it went through 2 versions, one with 2 castings for the rear, and now 2 castings, one in the front, one in the rear. I mean, that's incredible. That's speed that no car company can come up with. None of the legacies anyway. I believe that it's going to take, again, I go back to 6 years to implement most of the stuff that you're talking about, and that's a minimum. So you're not going to see anything happen now until 2030. The rest of the guys at 2030, that'll be it. They ain't got a chance to do it faster.
So, based on what you've seen so far, do you have a gut feel yet for just roughly where COGS is going to end up on the Cybertruck? Are we talking, a little bit more than Model Y? Are we talking pretty close to X? Just kind of ballpark?
I could guess, but really and truly, I'm not much into guessing. Lots of other people like to do that. I'm not one of them. But I can tell you right now that every time we're going to take something to pieces or remove a panel, we're going to go, holy shit, look at that. I can't believe my eyes. That's kind of like what we're going to, it's true. Every time it's like, holy mackerel, how'd they do this? Where'd that come from? Yeah. Because everybody at Tesla is encouraged to come up with new ways of getting the job done. And everybody into legacy that's the fastest way to get sacked.
Apart from Optimus, Tesla is going to introduce an artificial intelligence feature that has never been seen before. The company also intends to produce robotaxis, which are self-driving vehicles that don't need human drivers because they can operate without a pedal or steering wheel. The project's goal is to give customers the lowest cost per mile of transportation, and riding in a robotaxi is expected to be less expensive than using the bus or purchasing a subway ticket. If this project is successful, Tesla will be able to convert the majority of its manufactured car models into robot taxis with a simple over-the-air software update. Naturally, the new upgrade will come at an additional cost, which translates to more revenue for Tesla. The project's goal is to reach mass production in 2024, and a product announcement is scheduled for this year. The goal of the ambitious Project Optimus is to build a humanoid robot that can adapt to various environments and carry out a variety of duties. It has the ability to transform numerous industries and sectors and enhance the lives of a great number of people. In general, this project will inspire more innovation and research in the fields of AI and robotics, and it will open up new possibilities for Tesla in the future. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments section below. For more exciting updates about Tesla, click on the next video that appears on your screen. We have so much to share with you. Optimus could also help address some of the challenges that humanity faces, such as social isolation, labor shortages, and climate change.